This year, Jackson County Sheriff's Office is taking it a step further to make sure no impaired drivers are on the lake. Jennifer, OHA says employees need to be wearing face masks, coverings, or face shields at all times. The exception to that is that when you're in your own individual workspace. Flood stage is 10 feet. I want to take a step out of the frame here and show you guys just the high level of water that we are talking about. Getting in the car and driving is part of our daily routine. The local hazmat team relies on suits like these to protect them from potentially life-threatening chemicals. After nearly 3 hours of open and closed-door meetings, Phoenix Mayor Chris Luz is essentially cleared of any accusations he was facing. Hundreds of teachers came out in support for more funding for Oregon schools. After being gone for almost a decade, the Grants Pass Balloon and Kite Fest is in full swing, and these views will take you to new heights. Santa is here. I tried to make him think I was an elf. He didn't seem to buy it, so I don't try to see if I was on the nice list. So live at Central Point, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
The need for the water treatment plant is becoming greater every day.
Built in 1931, the city of Grants Pass says its water filtration plant has seen better days.
The council felt that it was time to move.
This is the current water filtration site on M Street. The city says it's crumbling. If something like an earthquake were to happen, it would only be able to supply the city with enough water for 2 to 3 days. For years, the city has had their eye on this property on J Street. The problem is it belongs to Copeland Sand and Gravel, and it's not for sale. But the city wants it, and they're going to take it through eminent domain.
Do what was necessary for the safety and the well-being of the community.
Copeland Sand and Gravel started operating here on J Street in 1959. The owners say despite years of negotiations with the city to use part of the land, nothing was tangible.
We've never had a scenario which we felt even came close to addressing the issues of our companies, of our employees, the renters we have on property, and for that matter, the general public.
The negotiations have not produced anything up at this point, and so the council felt that the well-being of the city was most important.
Oslin hoped his company, now 7 decades in the business, could stay on site for a few more years before leaving. The city claimed the two couldn't reach an agreement.
But this is an action the council really did not want to take. It was they bent over backwards in negotiation to see if it could be done without a lawsuit.
Later this month, the city will file a lawsuit to take approximately 10 acres of the almost 17-acre land, saying what's left will still allow Oslin to maintain current operations. Oslin disagrees.
It came down to the point where the non-response was, and the delay in time was getting to the point that something had to be done.
Even with the legal battle ahead, Oslin says he and his family aren't giving up. In Grants Pass, Nicole Costantino, NBC 5 News. Liam Warner was supposed to spend his 10th birthday playing laser tag until
coronavirus. That's what happened.
The outbreak pushed back Liam's party. Expecting to spend his first day in double digits stuck at home, he had no idea what was waiting for him outside.
Pretty much everybody in my class drove by and honked and waved.
Around 15 cars joined together for a birthday parade. Almost all of Liam's 4th grade class at Central Point Elementary, former teachers, and vice principal and principal came out to celebrate.
I loved it. Best birthday ever.
Did you have any idea that all your friends were going to be outside?
No. I just thought we were going to see a cute little bird in a nest. I did not expect everybody in my whole class to drive by and honk and yell happy birthday.
Needless to say, it'll be a day he'll never forget. Do you think that your 11th birthday is going to top this?
No.
Do you think any birthday is going to top this?
No, not even close.
In Central Point, Nicole Costantino.
I love my friends.
NBC 5 News.
When we drove away, right at our fence line right here, the fire was right there.
Dolores Callahan has been a Henley resident for decades. She says her and her husband Ken have had many memories at their home, but one from July 2018 they'll never forget.
All we can do is just say thank you, God, and thank the people for being so kind. It's a great community.
That community is Hornbrook in Henley, California. Sunday marks 2 years since the Klamathon fire destroyed much of the little town of around 300 people. More than 80 buildings were destroyed. The flames claiming the life of one man, 72-year-old John Carl Bermel. People there say they left their homes not knowing if they could ever return. The Callahans are two of those people. The couple has lived in the area for decades. As they were leaving to evacuate, they saw flames closing in on their home. They thought they lost everything until they got a call from their pastor.
And he said, I'm standing at the back of the church and your house is standing. I said, no. They told us that everything in Henley burned. Well, your house did not.
The Callahans' home was spared, and they say besides a few trees, there was no damage to their house.
We just were so thankful for ourselves, being able to leave, and for all the people that have helped us.
While empty lots in the site of burnt wood remain, residents say they're happy to see their once lively small town come back to life over the last 2 years.
You just find out that people are what's really important.
In Hornbrook, Nicole Costantino, NBC5 News.